Yep. Hi, everyone. Just a second. Let me share my screen. Hi, everyone. Can anyone confirm? Am I visible and audible as well? Hi, everyone. Hi. Yes. Hello. Can anyone confirm me if I am visible and audible properly? And is my screen also? Yeah. And is my screen visible? Okay. Great. Okay. Great. चलो सही है. ठीक है. So. Yes, कर रहे हैं बालाजी कर रहे हैं. रुको तो सही थोड़ा. ठीक है. So multiple screens. Yeah, I know there are multiple screens. So I just ignore that for now. Okay. ठीक है. So in the meanwhile, people are joining. Any doubts from the previous session? Yesterday we covered the commands of Git, right? Basic commands of Git, and we also did some examples for that, right? So if you have any doubts from the previous lecture, do let me know. We'll be devoting 5 to 10 minutes for the doubts, and then we'll be proceeding further, right? It's very important to clear the doubts as well, so that all the things get cleared initially, right? So do let me know if you have any doubts. I'll be more than happy to help. And in the meanwhile, let me just write down today's topics. Touch command not working in terminal. Why is that, Vijay? Touch command. Chalo, ठीक है. I'll show you an example of touch command as well. Don't worry. Any other doubts apart from Vijay? किसी और के doubts हैं? ठीक है. In the meanwhile, I'll write today's topics. Okay. ठीक है. So today we'll be covering Git and not Git. We'll be covering GitHub. We'll be starting off with GitHub. Starting off with GitHub, right? There are commands like git add, git init. I'll tell you what does it mean. Sir, that permission denied issue. अच्छा, जतिन अब तक नहीं चला गया. उसके बाद there's a command called git add dot, right? How do you commit? And before all these, yeah, ठीक है. चलो ठीक है. And git push, right? Then we'll tell you the difference between push and pull. I think बहुत ही like you must have heard often people saying please push the code and pull the code, right? So you'll get to know today what do they exactly mean by push, pull, and things like that, right? We'll be doing branching. What do you mean by branching? But before branching, I want to cover life cycles of GitHub. ठीक है? Okay, चलो ठीक है. We'll be trying to cover this part at least, and if we have some time, then we'll proceed further as well. ठीक है? चलो, right. चलो. In the meanwhile, ठीक है. I had one doubt of Vijay that he says that touch command is not working, and Jatin ka he says that permission denied issue. Jatin, did you? ठीक है. Search on Google as well. चलो ठीक है. We'll see to that. But before that, let me take Vijay's doubt. He says that touch command is not working. Chalo, let's see. So I'll quickly do one thing. I'll just quickly come here. I'll quickly use git bash, show more options, right? Git bash here. Chalo. And presently I'm in my desktop folder. Chalo, okay. So presently I'm in my desktop folder. Okay. Okay, Vijay, please look carefully. And what do I have here? So let's suppose first I'll display the list what all I have, and I want to go to the demo folder. Okay. So how do I go to the demo folder? Anyone? How do I go to the demo folder from here? I want to go to the demo folder. Can anyone let me know in the chat box? I covered it yesterday, the whole part. I'm expecting to at least you should be aware that how do I want to, what do I do, what command do I do if I want to go to the next folder? Yes. I get some answers in the chat box. Anyone else? I only got 6-7 responses till now. Okay, CD demo, Jatin, Yash, Yashas, hello, Fair, Balaji, Utan, Salman, Upal, Tiana. Anyone else? Guys, only 8 to 9 responses I can see. Okay. Yep. Right. Zoom bash. Okay, I'll zoom bash. Okay. Chalo, okay. So I'll quickly do one thing. I'll just do CD demo. As soon as I do this, I'm in my demo folder. As you can see, OneDrive. Inside OneDrive, I have desktop, and inside desktop, I have a folder called demo. Okay. Now, if I try to view the list of demo, I have ls, and here are my files: demo.html, index.css, index.html, index.js, and node.js. Okay. Now, let's suppose I want to create another file. Okay. So I'll just quickly do touch and the name of the file with the extension name. So let's suppose the name of the file is abc.html. As soon as I do abc.html, now this file has automatically been created, right? Now, if I do ls, now I also have abc.html, right? If I were to go to my folder inside demo, now instead of index.html, now also I also yes, so sorry for that. I think I lost my connection. Am I visible? Am I visible, guys? अरे छुट्टी नहीं है यार. I lost my connection, so sorry for that. Yeah, we'll be continuing. ठीक है. Yes. Okay. ठीक है. I closed my browser by mistake, so automatically the call got disconnected. Yeah, so sorry for that. Chalo, ठीक है. Let me just put it here. Right. Yeah. So I was just saying that where was I? Yeah. So I was just saying that in order to create to create a new file, you just type the touch command and the name of the extension. So as soon as you click this, so instead of that, a new file will be created with the proper extension name. So now if I try to list it, so as you can see, earlier abc was not present. Earlier only demo.html, index.html, index.js, and node.txt file were present. But now when I did touch abc.html, automatically this file got created. And if I were to show you, if I were to come here, as you can see, this file has been added here, right? Got it? Whose doubt was it? किसका doubt था? Whose doubt was it? Is it clear now? Vijay, Vijay, is it clear? You cannot share my screen. You cannot see my screen. Just give me a second. I think it's visible. It's not visible. Yeah, it's visible now. The screen is visible. Do let me know. We can. Just give me a second. Okay, I think it's visible now, right? चलो ठीक है. Yeah, ठीक है. Let's get started. ठीक है. This is how we create the image. Your face only visible here. Sir, why you put slash there yesterday? Where Jatin? Slash, देखो slash. You can also put slash. It's. If I put slash also, if I do, let's suppose if I want to go to the abc.html file, let's suppose if I do cd minus minus, and now if I want to list it, and if I want to go to the demo folder, so instead of demo, I can also do like this. So putting a slash is optional, right? It indicates that this is the last folder that you want to do. If you click enter, you'll directly go to the demo folder. So it is optional. Yes, it is optional. Okay. Okay. चलो ठीक है. Right now let's continue. I think let's continue now. So today what we have is we'll be covering Git init, right? Starting with GitHub. So okay. So let's start. So I'll be starting with a very basic example. Let's suppose, So I'll be starting off with an example, and in that example, I'll try to relate with an example and relate it with your practical world, that how and where should GitHub and Git be used connectively so that it gives the best experience, right? So let's suppose you have got a folder. This is a folder, and inside the folder, let's suppose you have got one file, and the name of the file is, let's suppose, index.html. All right, and you have got another file. Let's suppose that is index.js, right? And some more random files. Let's suppose, I'm not naming it, but yeah, consider it some random files. Okay, yes, right. Now these files are there in a local machine, right? As you must have aware that I also created yesterday some files by the name of index.html and index.js, but those files were in my local machine, right? In my local machine. But what happens is, with the help of Git, so let's suppose with the help of Git, what I can do is, so let's suppose this is my Git. What I can do is, I can tell my Git that which all files I want to be in, files I want that should be included inside my GitHub, right? Or Git for now. So what I want to do is, what I want to achieve. So let's suppose I am sitting at my home, and I have another developer who is sitting in, let's suppose, USA, and we both are working on the same project. So what I will do, I will push all the files that I have coded onto GitHub, right? And the other person who's sitting in the United States will then fetch the files in. If I want to talk in the GitHub language, he'll pull the code, right? I will push the code and he will pull the code, so that all the code becomes synchronized. He also has the same code, and I also have the same code, right? So for that, in order to make your folder available to GitHub, we use a command, and that command, right? And that command is called as git init, right? As soon as you type git init, all the folder, this inside this whole folder will get saved to Git, and you can save, you can commit, you can push, you can pull all the files inside that folder in GitHub, right? So now you have created, Git in it, right? Now you have created a folder that is Git initialized. Now let's suppose another, it's the continuation. Now let's suppose I have 4 files, 1, 2, or 3 files. Let's suppose, yeah, 3 files, and let's suppose I give it a name of demo.html. Here I have demo.css, right? And here I have demo.js. All right. So now what I have is, now this folder is, this whole folder, I mentioned a command called git in it, right? Now this whole folder is git initialized, right? Now it is accessible to GitHub. Now what if I, inside the folder, how do I send a particular file? So let's suppose this is my GitHub, this is my main GitHub, right? This is my main GitHub, or not GitHub for now, let it be Git, because I have not introduced GitHub for now. This is my Git, right? And now what I want to do is I want to send this demo.html file to my GitHub. Earlier, if I did git in it, my whole folder got initialized, right? But inside the folder I have some files. Obviously I want to send some files to the, I want to send some files to Git, so that the other person can receive some files as well. So for that you have a command. So let's suppose I want to send this file, and I want to send this file. Okay. So what command will I use? There is a command that is called git. You mentioned git, right? Add and the name of your file. So in this case, the name of the file is demo.html. So I'll quickly come here, and I'll do git add demo.html. As simple as that. In this case, I want to add demo.js. So what will I do? I'll do git add demo.js. Okay. So now what we have done till now, we have created a folder. That folder is Git. That folder I have initialized with Git, right? So that means that this whole folder, whatever files are there in the folder, have access to Git, right? Now I want to send a particular file. Let's suppose I want to send demo.html and demo.js, only those 2 files. I don't want to send demo.js. Let's suppose I'm still working on it and I don't want to send it. I only have completed HTML and JS files. So for that I use git add the name of the file, git add the name of the file. Okay, reiterating in words. So let's suppose to add a folder to git. Yes, I was coming to that. Okay, to add a folder to Git, what to do is you do git init. Right now, inside a folder you have files. To add a file, to add a particular file, Git. What you do? You do git add and file. As simple as that. Okay. Now consider a scenario. Okay. You are working on a very big project. This is a very, very, very big project, right? And inside the project you have, let's suppose, 1, you've got 2, you've got 3, okay, and so on, right? All these files are continuing, and here uh, and similarly, so let's suppose this whole, if I were to consider the whole part, let's suppose you have somewhere around 100 files. Just an example. Okay, just an example. Let's suppose you have 100 files. So in this case, what you can do, either you already have an option, right? You can either do git add file name 100 times. The first option is this. The second option that git provides you, that, and let's suppose you want to add all the files, right? I'm focusing particularly on that. You want to add all your files to git, right? Now, what you can do is instead of adding each and every file name, git add file name, you can push all the files at once. And how do you do it? There is a command that is called as git add dot. As soon as you type this command, all your GitHub, all your files inside your folder get pushed to Git. Only on a single click. As simple as that. Okay. Okay, I have some doubts. Sir, is git any folder name mentioned? Where mentioned? What do you mean by mentioned? Balaji, you can so what do you exactly mean by that? So let's suppose you have multiple folders, right? Obviously you have a folder means a repository or a directory, right? Also, what you can do is you can even have thousands or unlimited. GitHub. So if you're using GitHub, there is no limit to the number of folders or number of files that you can track. Okay, you can at a time track as many files as you want. There is no hard and fast rule for that. That is the beauty of GitHub. There is no limit. There is no space. Right? There's no space restrictions and things like that. Yes, Utpal. So if you add git add dot, all your code, including the not modules or nodules. What do you mean by not? You meant nodules or modules, Utpal? Yep. So Utpal, in that case, initially it is not there, right? But it is all so you have a folder called .gitignore, right? In that folder you have all your files, because you don't want your modules to be exported and to put on GitHub, right? So that is not there. But if you want to do it explicitly, there are other ways to do that also. Okay. uh what else? Sir, create folder name is, I think this is what Naresh means. Yes, so Naresh, देखो, I still haven't got it out, but I think what you are trying to say, yeah, it is mentioned everywhere. So if you go to the docs as well, git init is a command, and you can obviously do that. Let's consider folder 1, folder 2 are being tracked by Git. Okay, what else? Both folder 1, folder 2 consist of index.html file. Okay. Now if I use git add index.html will file. So Balaji, at a time, you can only track one folder. But so what you can do is you can come to a particular folder, you can add that file. Now you can do cd space dot dot, you can go back to the folder, come to folder 2, and then you can also do git add folder 2. So both the folders will get uploaded and will be tracked by GitHub, but at a time only one. That is there. Okay. Okay. Arun, I'll explain once. No issues. I'll explain once. But let me just clear other doubts as well. I think I missed some doubts from the previous lecture. Sir, for all the files, you can simply use. Yes, Chetan, we can use. How to specify folder name? How to specify folder name to push to Git? So for that, I'll tell you, don't worry about that. For that, you have to go to GitHub, then you have to make a repository, you have to clone the repository, then you have to push the code. I'll explain that. Don't worry, no worries. Don't worry about that for now, Naresh. Sir, git add dot is for the whole file inside the folder or repo which you got initialized. So git add dot will will push all the code, will push all the files that are there inside the particular folder in which you have typed git in it, right? Jatin, git add dot say all the files in one go will get pushed to git. But if you do git add file name, only a particular file name that you have mentioned will get pushed. That is the difference. In git add dot, all the files in one go. In git add for file name, single file in one go. All right, clear? Initializes our local repository and tracks all the files and folders. Then add command is used to add files. Yep, add command is, so basically what is there? Add command, you can add files to that. But if you are initializing a folder, right? So that folder is being tracked, and inside the folder you have to mention which file you have to try, which file you have to track. So that you do it with the help of git add file name or git add dot. As simple as that. Folder, for folder get in it. For file name, you have to do git add file name or git add dot if you want all the files to be tracked by git. Yeah, my name is Ritik. Chalo, ठीक है. Yeah, I think I've covered most of the doubts. Any doubts still here? Any doubts still here? Yes or no in the chat box. Any doubts still here? अच्छा, what is the difference between git init and git add dot? देखो जातिन, git init से क्या हो रहा है? आपके पास एक पूरा folder है. This whole, forget about all the files, right? Forget about all the files. This whole folder, you want to initialize to git so that inside this folder all the files you have should have access to git, right? At least you need to have a parent that, think it of like this way. You need to have a parent, and that parent should have access to git so that the child can have access to git, right? So if you're doing git init, you are initializing a repository or a folder which has access to git. A folder, I mean, okay, only the folder. But inside the folder you have files, right? Just like your parents have children, just same way your folder will have files, and that files if you want to add, you will use a command called git add dot. Init for folder, for files use git add dot. As simple as that. No, repo is not created by this. Repo is created differently using GitHub, that I'll tell you. But for now, git init is used to initialize the repository, not create a repository. Initialize means to give powers, to give special power so that it has access to git. All the files can have access to git, and if you add git add dot, then you can add all the files. But the repo must exist if I use git init. Yes, the repo must exist if you use git. The folder, repo means a folder. What's a repository? Repository is a folder. Directory, repo, folder, all the same thing. ठीक है? Clear है? Shall we move ahead? Can I at least have yes or no in the chat box? Are all the doubts clear, or do you want me to even explain some of the concepts? Please do let me know, yes or no, at least, so that I can move forward or explain the concept again. Clear? Okay. Utpal says clear. Shripati says clear. What about others? Jatin clear. Balaji clear. Jatin Yadav clear. Diana clear. Okay, I have only received 6 or 7 responses. What about others? Okay, Jignesh is also clear. Others, Arun clear. Sir, can we add 2 more projects in one repository? Why do you even want to add 2 projects here? Create a separate repository, right? You can add, but it will not be sensible, right? You can add as many files as you want, but it does not fit. Then what is the use of Git? I'm coming to Git ignore, Vinil. चलो ठीक है, everyone clear है? I think I have received some responses. Everyone says clear. ठीक है, अगर if you have any doubts, you can let me know. For now, yes, I will be coming to the example, Naveen, don't worry. ठीक है, चलो now अब बहुत हो गया theory. Now let's just practically and let's just jump to the example and let's see. ठीक है, तो okay, okay, ठीक है, तो let me do one thing. Let me just go to cd minus minus and ls. So this is all the 4 files that we have, and let me make a new folder. What is the yes, I'm coming to that. You don't so I'll make a new folder, mkdir. What should I give the name of my folder? What should I give my name to the folder? What is, I think today is Friday, right? Yeah, so Friday. Day 2 new folder. I think try is a nice name. Yeah, try. Keep name as new. अरे भाई ठीक है, कोई नहीं, चलो ठीक है, mkdir try. I have a folder called try. ठीक है, inside the folder, let's suppose I have some files. So if I do cd try and let me make some files. So touch index.html. I'll make another file, touch index.css. I'll make another file, touch index.js. Right now, no, I have the files here. So if I come here, if I go to my desktop, I have a folder called try, and inside that folder I have 3 files, right? As simple as that. Everyone clear till here? Okay, this is yesterday's lecture only. Now, okay. Now what I'll do, if I try to list, I have index.html, index.css and index.js file. Okay. Now I want you guys to tell me, I want to initialize a repository to this try folder. How do I do it? I want to initialize this repository to Git so that all the files that are there inside the folder can have access to Git. How do I do it? Yes, Naveen is right. HelloFair is right. Utpal is also right. Okay, I have more answers. That's great. Okay. Yes, Francisco is also right. So we have, I told you, right? We have a command called git init. If I do git init, as soon as I press git init, okay, now it says initialized empty git repository, right? Inside initialize empty git repository. Now, as you can see, now this try folder is initialized to a repository, and as said, there is a method to see if your folder is git initialized or not. You can see this master here, right? This for those of you who don't know branch, don't worry, but for now just know this part, that if you have master beside your file name, folder name, it simply means that it is git initialized. As simple as that. Okay, clear till here? Abhi tak I have created a new folder. Inside the folder I have 3 files, and I have initialized the repository of a try folder. ठीक है, clear till here? यहाँ तक भी कोई डाउट है तो do let me know, because I'm going too slow, because because it is first time for you guys, so I can understand that it might create some confusion, so that's why I'm going very slow. Do let me know if you still have any doubts. If I use VS Code, then I have VS Code folder, or not. So if you're using VS Code, you can also do the same process, right? So for that, but yeah, I'll be coming to the GitHub part. Don't worry, Francisco. Just for now, just focus on that. ठीक है, clear till here, guys? I only received one response from HelloFair. और किसी को clear नहीं है क्या इसके अलावा? Shall I explain again? Guys, yes or no? Is it clear till here? Clear, sir. Yeah, in VS Code we can also use bash. Yes, we can. Okay. Chalo, clear till here, right? Now what will I do? So my second step was to add a file. Okay. Now who will tell me? Let's suppose I want to add index.html to my Git. Who will tell me the proper command to add index.html to my Git? Who will tell me the command? Let's see who answers first. Arun, the proper command. I want to add index.html. I want the whole command. What should I type here so that it gets added? Anyone? No one? Chalo, I'll tell you. Dekho. Yes. I think I received a response from Vijay and who was there? Yeah, Naveen. I got correct answers from them. Yeah. Okay. For the rest of you, see, you do git add and the name of your file. In this case, it is index.html. As soon as I press enter, my file has been initialized to the Git. So this file has been initialized to Git. Okay. Now let's suppose I want to add another file. Just give me a second. Just ignore this command for now. Okay. Okay. So now if I want to add another file, I'll do git add index.css. Now my index.html and index.css, both files have been added to Git. What does that mean? It means that this is my try folder. Okay, I'm trying to visualize it for you guys. Please pay attention. This is my try folder. Okay, inside my try folder, I have three files for now: HTML, CSS, and JS. So it is index.html. This file is index.css, and this file is index.js. Okay. Now, as soon as I did git add, right? As soon as I did git add, this is my git right here. Okay. I did git add index.html. Now only this index.html file has been added to Git. This is my Git. Then what did I do? I did git add index.css. As soon as I did git add index.css, now this file has access to Git. Remember, only the files that I mentioned in git add file name, only those files will be added there, right? So the question is how. So let's suppose you added those files. Now how will I get to know that which files are being tracked and which files are not being tracked? For that, you have a command that is called git status, right? Just give me a second. Yeah, you have a command called git status. What does it do? To know which files are being tracked and which are not. This will tell you which files are being tracked and which files are not. So I'll just quickly come here. Remember, I tracked index.html and index.css. So now if I do git status, now see, if I press enter, right now I'm pressing enter. Now it will say untracked file is index.js because I did not track it. And I have two files, index.css and index.html, that are being tracked. Green means it is being tracked, red means it is being not tracked. Got it? Got till here? Clear till here, guys? Clear till here? Okay. I've already. Why is he ignoring me? Who is ignoring you, Pratik? Uh, I have already know the GitHub commands. Very good. To add git files. To add git files, only files of folder. No, only the files that are inside the particular folder, Balaji, not the folder. The folder use git in it. Yes. Okay. Naresh says repeat. Okay, I'll repeat for that. I think rest. Sir, what is tracking of files? Arun, tracking of files means, I explained you, man. Tracking of files means that those files are being tracked. Whatever changes I do, and whatever updation I do to that files, they will be updated on Git as well, right? Because they are being tracked. Tracking means like you track something. Let's suppose you let's suppose there's a like how does police track you? Let's suppose someone has done a crime and the police is tracking that person. What does tracking mean? What does tracking mean? It means they are taking each and every update of what is happening with that person. Same is the case here. If I'm tracking those files, it means that whatever changes I'm doing, whatever updates I'm doing will be affecting and will be so those same changes will be there in my Git as well. How do we apply version control? Version control, hey, Git is VCS, right? So this all the things you are doing, they are version control. Sir, will you be teaching merge conflict in this bootcamp? Most probably yes. In most probably no. Yeah, I'll definitely yes. In the tomorrow's lecture. Yeah. Does it have to be green? It is purple for me. Purple. I think yeah, color can be different. But it will say untracked files. Only this. And if it is not untracked, that means it is tracked here like this. After merge conflict, we'll be doing GitHub pages, hosting on GitHub, Muskan, and branching as well, branching, hosting, and yeah, all these things, all these complicated topics. Chalo. Now the next step is, now what, right? Now what? What have I done till now? I have initialized a folder. Balaji, I'm coming to that. I've initialized a folder. After initializing the folder, I have added files. Now I want to save those files, right? Because only and only if I save those files, then only they will be updated on GitHub. So how do you save a file? For that, you have a command, right? To save your tracked files, right? To save your tracked files, there's a command called git commit -m and some message. Let's suppose this is my first commit. As soon as you type this command, all the tracked files that were there will get saved and will be there on Git. So all the tracked files, by the way, only the tracked files, untracked files will not be saved, or for obvious reasons because they're not tracked. If I do git commit -m and some message, let's suppose this is my first commit. If I press enter, so as you can see, two files changed, created. This is ignored for now. And what are those two files? First one is index.css and the second one is index.html. Right now, if I do git status, as you can see on branch master, untracked file is this, and all the tracked files that were there, they have all been saved and been pushed to. They have all been saved and all have been committed and pushed to Git. Not pushed for now, but they have been saved, and all the track files that were there initially, they are not there because they have been saved. ठीक है, they have been saved. No, Utpal, so if you are saving, you have to add at least some message so that you can, it is for your benefit only, so that if you want to untrack and if you want to know that what was a commit, let's suppose you have made a commit and you want to recall and want to see that what was the name of the commit, so that you, so in that case there's one option that there's an ID. The second option is that you can see the name. So it is not optional, it is mandatory, you have to at least write some name there. ठीक है. So hyphen is just a command. It's just a command. It's just for adding a message. M means message, that you have to give some message. So if I were to go, if I were to write it in easy words, it is git commit hyphen m, and you have to write some message here. It can be anything. It can be anything. So you can, Abhishek, you can make unlimited commits. Vamsi says, author identity unknown while committing. Okay, I see. I know why this error coming. Okay, just bear with me for 10 more minutes. I'll be coming to that. Okay, because that was to be covered today only. I'll be coming to that. For that you have to sorry, showing error that author identity. चलो ठीक है, अभी cover कर लेंगे इसको author identity. I had planned for some. देखो होता क्या है पता है? I think there's a कहाँ. So I'll tell you. Quickly type this command. So first of all, your author name, you have to set your author name, right? You have to set your author name, and for that, if you, so let's suppose there's a command called git config. No, I think it was, yeah, it was git config hyphen list, right? And no, hyphen global hyphen list. Yeah. So as soon as you type this command, I'll type it here as well. It is git hyphen list hyphen global git. ठीक है, just list was, ठीक है, जिनका भी ये एरर आ रहा है, just type this command git config hyphen global hyphen list. So and let me know what is the answer that you gave. So what does it do? It will, yes, it will tell you that what is the configured email that you have. So in this case, my username is Ritik Masan and my email ID is ritikmasan10@gmail.com, because I've already configured it, right? So you have not configured it. To configure you have a command. ठीक है, बाकी लोग भी देख लो, for those who are having the same error, to configure. So you use a command called git. If you type git, you have to do config hyphen global user dot name and type in whatever name you want to type. ठीक है, git config hyphen global, yes, user dot name and your name. For setting up the email ID, you do git config hyphen global user dot email and give the email. As simple as that. And this email should be your GitHub ID and GitHub email. Okay, so that will resolve this error. In the meanwhile, author identity unknown, how long commit, I think done. It's showing error author. हाँ जतिन try करो उसको एक बार. I think काफी लोगों का आ रहा है. Santanu has also have the same error. हाँ, बालाजी का सही चल रहा है. Yes, I think you should set the username and email. Can you show then the VS Code how to download from GitHub? And yeah, I'll be coming to GitHub for now. Don't worry about it. Just please focus on what is being taught, because in order to understand GitHub, you should clear the basics of Git first. Then I'll do GitHub. ठीक है. Shall we move ahead? Chalo, हाँ. अच्छा, there is also command. So let's suppose, let me do one thing. Let me add all the files. I think एक last file बची थी, get add dot. Right. As soon as I add all the files, show the screen. देखनी नहीं क्या screen? Right. As soon as I add all the files, now if I do git status, it will say on branch master nothing to commit. Changes to be committed. This change has been committed. Now my index.js that was not tracked earlier, it is also being tracked. Now if I do git commit, I'm saving this file, right? Git commit -m and the name. Let's suppose this is my second commit. And I press enter. Okay. Now if I do git status, it will say nothing to commit, working tree clean, because I had 3 files and all those 3 files are being tracked by Git. Okay, got it? Now, after you have done all those things, right? Now, let's suppose you want to untrack a file. Okay, so if I come here, let's see, let's suppose here, right? This git add file dot to include in what? It literally says use git rm hyphen cached file to unstage. Unstage here means untrack. What is the command? This command. I'll quickly copy this. I'll quickly get, what was the command name? rm hyphen cached. Get rm hyphen cached and the name of my file. So let's suppose which file do you want me to untrack? So let's suppose I want to untrack index.js. Index.js. As soon as I do this, my index.js file is now being untracked. Now if I do git status, I want to know the status of it. So it will say untracked files index.js. Got it? How do you add a file? How do you untrack a file? How do you check the status? How do you configure your email ID and password? All those 4 or 5 things, are they clear or not? Do let me know. I think working. Okay. Can you show them in VS Code how to unable to read config file? Jatin, वो वाला try करो ना. I told you to use this command. This one. Get config. Sorry. Not this one. This one. कहाँ गया? ये वाला. Get config -hyphen global user dot name. What if the username and email ID not global? So in that, Francisco, so it is always advisable to use your GitHub ID and email ID, because whatever changes you'll be doing, because at the end of the day you'll be pushing them to GitHub. So if you do that, there will not be a, I would say, confusion, and all those files will be streamlined. So that's what I did. Email ID as well as my username. So if I go to GitHub, and I'll show you my email ID is ritikvasan10@gmail.com and my name is ritikvasan10. Under what circumstances would you want to untrack? So let's suppose Naveen working on a project and your managers approved your files, you pushed it, but the other day he comes, and he tells you that the file that you pushed yesterday, they are no longer needed, and you have to delete them. So for that you use untrack. So Balaji, for untrack you use a command called git rm hyphen cached and the name of your file, index.js, let's suppose. So here I also did it. Git rm hyphen cached index.js. As soon as I did it, my index.js file got untracked. And then I did git status. It said untracked files index.js. ठीक है? Got it, everyone? Everyone got it? Jatin, is the error resolved now? और किसी का भी error था config वाला, is it resolved? Guys, can I have yes or no in the chat box? And then I'll take a short quiz of the commands. Everything clear? Yes or no? Naveen clear? Yes. Yashas clear? Diana clear? Arun clear? Komal Chaudhary clear? Utpal Patel clear? Jignesh clear? What about others? Jatin का resolved हो गया है. Great. Pratik, I'll be coming to that. Naveen clear? Muskan also clear. Okay, great. Abhishek, जो आपने file that you're trying to track it's not present there. So first you have to make a file and then only you can track it, right? So first make a file and then track it. Hello, Fair clear. Balaji clear. What about others? I have enough strength here, but I can see only 8 to 10 responses. I think I have around 48 to 50 people watching. Clear. I have made. Acha, you have made. Then let me see what's the error again. Yeah, it's clearly saying that it is not matching any file. That means it is not created. Make sure to check the spelling and check the extension name. Might be you missed the extension name, because if you do git add index, it will not work. You have to do git add index.css. Okay, Vinay clear, Salman clear. All right. So far, well and good. You now literally know how do you push your code to GitHub. It's very simple now. You know all the commands. Just you need to understand the knowledge of GitHub. Okay. Great. So do you want to have a 5-minute break, or shall we continue? Because I know that is a lot of information fed to you in a single hour. I can understand it, because the first time I was doing it, I tried to see you guys in my place. So it gets really confusing sometimes, but I can understand. So with practice, and if you revise the video again, all the things will be clear and there will be no issues with that. अरे भाई तुम्हें ब्रेक नहीं चाहिए क्या? ब्रेक भी नहीं चाहिए क्या तुम्हें? Finish early. अच्छा, चलो ठीक है, let others also answer. 3-minute break. चलो ठीक है, I'll be giving a 3-minute break or 5-minute break, and then we'll continue after that. Okay. In the meanwhile, if you have some doubt, do let me know, and also do let me know if the commands are getting an issue, and then we'll have a quiz. Okay. ये क्या आ गया? What is the difference between push and pull? It is same as downloading and uploading. I'll be coming to that, but for now it is same as downloading and uploading. All right. The change okay, the timer was earlier it was different. Earlier the timer was different, the UI was different, but now it is different. चलो ठीक है. I'll be just taking a water break, and I'll be coming back. Okay. Yep, I think we are back. चलो चलो ठीक है. कोई डाउट? Can we use config in the public PC? That is my college lab. यार हाँ, कॉलेज के लैब में कॉलेज वाले मत करो, कॉलेज वाले मत करो, पर्सनल पीसी लेके तब भी करना. इट इज नॉट रिकमेंडेड देयर. ठीक है. जतिन चलो ठीक है. रिमाइंड मी एट द एंड ऑफ द सेशन. विल बी डूइंग दैट. चलो ठीक है. ठीक है. अब एक काम करते हैं. I want you guys to tell me that I want to add, ठीक है, all files in one go. In one go. What is the command that I'll use for that? My question is that I want to add all the files to Git in one go. Okay. Muskan, git add -a नहीं, git add dot. Muskan, you're wrong. Baki, Naveen, not git commit. You have to add, not save. So for adding, we use git add dot. Yes. No, not Naveen. Not git commit, git add. So apart from yes. Okay. Now the second question is how to चलो इसका कौन बताएगा? How to check which all files are being tracked or not? Yes, great. Abhishek, Masoon, Naveen, Muskan, Arun, Lola, Utpal, Jignesh, Rana, Komal, Chaudhary, Salman, Naresh. ठीक है. I think most of you are doing very good. ठीक है. Now बाकी ठीक है. This one is, let's see who gets right. ठीक है. How to untracked tracked files. ये तो इसका कौन बताता है? Yes, Navi. What others? Yes. Great. चलो बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी नाइस. ठीक है. आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर डूइंग वेरी गुड. सबको क्लियर हो रहा है चीजें. नाउ इट्स टाइम टू मूव फॉरवर्ड. ठीक है. अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. अब हमारे पास क्या है? वी हैव ऑल दीज थिंग्स. राइट. ठीक है. नाउ देयर इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट दैट इज कॉल्ड लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ गिटहब. ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय लाइफ साइकिल? लाइफ साइकिल होता क्या है? जैसे वी ह्यूमंस हैव अ लाइफ साइकिल, राइट? So what to talk as life cycle of humans, right? We humans have a life cycle. So let's suppose first we take birth, then we have our young period, right? Then we grow old, right? Old age. And after that, at the end of the day, we die. Sad truth, but yeah, we all die at some point of time. So this is a life cycle of a human, right? Similarly, your GitHub also has a life cycle, right? Life cycle. So what is the life cycle of GitHub? Life cycle of GitHub. Okay. So the very first thing that you have is the working directory, right? After that, you have a staging area. STAGGIN, staging, only staging, let's suppose. After that, you have a commit area. Okay. Yes. Now you have the working directory, then you have the staging area, and then finally you have the commit area. ठीक है, क्या चल रहा है अभी? चलो 72 years. चलो ठीक है. Now I'll tell you what is a working directory. ठीक है, मोजा select. What is a working directory? ठीक है, it is nothing. It is just a folder that has to be tracked. Folder that has to be tracked. And for that, what command do you use? We all know what command we use for that. Array. Yeah. For that, we use git init, right? The second part is the second part that we have here is inside the folders, which files have to be tracked, right? This is the staging area. Inside the folder, which files have to be tracked, and which command you use for that? Obviously, you all know that. Use git add dot or git add the file name if you want to add. So I'm just taking a very rough example. That I'm assuming you want to add all the files. Okay. Now, after the staging area, after the tracking, you want to track, or sorry, you want to save the files, right? So that is nothing but it is save all the files, all the tracked files in local repo. And what command you use for that? You use you use git commit -m, and here you type some message. Yes, Arun, correct. Okay. So this whole what is it called? It is called as a life cycle. Yes. This whole is called a life cycle. Okay. It starts and it gives birth. If I were to compare, it gives birth when you use git init, right? It is starting. It is the initial step. When you do git add dot, all the files are being getting tracked, and are being ready to save. Not saved yet, but are being ready to save. As soon as you use git commit, all the tracked files are vanished and they are being saved. Okay, as simple as that. Right now, a very interesting thing, a very interesting concept. So if I come here and if I come to my folder, right, and if I do, yeah, I'm in my try folder, I suppose. Yep. So this try folder, if I try to list all the items, I have index.css, I have index.html and I have index.js. Okay, but look carefully what is happening. If I come here, these three folders are there exactly, no issues with that. But see carefully, I have an extra folder with the name of .git, right? With the name of .git. So any idea where is it coming from? Why is it happening? Right? So for that, I'll tell you this is a hidden folder. What do you mean by hidden folder? Hidden folder means the folder that is not accessible to all the users, to all the public users, but instead it is only visible to you for security purposes. That's it, for security purposes. So if you do git, if you do ls, it will not be visible, but there is a way. There is a way to, there is a, just give me a second. Sorry, but there's a way to view it. How do we, how do you, how can you see? So if you want to see, just go to your browser and it's there. This is the first way. This is the first way that you can use, right? Just give me a sec. Yeah, this is the first way that you can see. But there's also another command that will help you to view it. That is ls-a. If you type ls-a, as you can see now, instead of all these files, your .git file is also visible to you, right? But if I do ls only, it will not be visible because it is not intended to be visible for security reasons. That's it. I can't see in my PC because for that you have to initialize the repository, right? If you don't do git init, that folder will not be created. As soon as you do git init, that .git folder, it is also called as git ignore, .git ignore folder, it will be created as it is, as simple as that. Okay, so it has all the information about your commits. So commits and all the things like that, description, config. Okay, all the things like that. So this, you want this is a very vital information that you don't want others to see. That is why it is not visible. Okay, that is for security reasons. That is why it is not visible as well. Okay, that is the main reason. Sir, why git add hyphen a is git add hyphen a is wrong? Uh, git add hyphen a, I think, yeah, it is also a command that is used to add all the files, right? I don't use it that often. Just give me a second. Git add hyphen a. Let me first create a file and let me try. So if I do touch demo.html, git add dot git commit, git add dot क्यों कर दिया? चलो ठीक है. Let me make another file. Touch demo1.html, and now let me do git add. What did you say? You said hyphen a, right? Okay, and now let me just check the status if it is being added or not. ठीक है. That was my bad. Yeah, you can use git add hyphen a as well. I Most people don't use it. Most people use git add dot, so that's why I was a bit hesitant. But yeah, ठीक है. Right. Why cannot you see git enable hello faces, enable hidden files? Yes. So you have to enable hidden files as well. Yes. My bad. So if you come here and you have some option to view, and you go to more and you go hidden items, right? If you click on hidden items, then it will be visible. If you don't click it, so that now it won't be visible. Okay, so for that, what you have to do, you have to click on view, you have to go to show, and you have show, and after show you have to click on hidden items, and then it will be visible. Sure, Vijay, I'll do that. Chalo. ठीक है, let's move ahead. So ठीक है, I told you the life cycle, right? Life cycle. Now let's see an example. ठीक है, let's see an example. Let me just commit these. Git commit -m. This is my third commit. Chalo. Now, right, I have these files with me, demo and demo1. Now what I'm doing is I am adding two more files. Just listen carefully. I'm adding two more files. One is touch demo3.html. Another is touch demo4.html. ठीक है, these four files, these two files have been added, demo3 and demo4. ठीक है, now I told you, remember I told you, if I come here, if you want to see the working directory, my working directory is already there because I already used git in it earlier, right? Now I want to move one file to the staging area. I want to move, let's suppose, demo3 to the staging area. Then what will I do? I'll just simply do git add demo3.html. As soon as I do this, now what is happening? My demo3.html is in the staging area, whereas my demo4 is still in the working directory. Okay, see the difference. Demo3 is in the staging area. Demo4, however, because I still have not added it, is still in the working directory. Got it? And now you tell me one thing. Now if I do git commit -m, git commit -m, and I'll tell this is my fourth commit, and I press enter. One file change, 0 insertions, 0 deletions. Now you guys tell me what this is the lifecycle, right? Working directory. You have got a staging and you have got a commit. Now you tell me, according to your understanding, you have two files, right? Demo3 and demo4. What is the stage of demo3 out of working, staging and commit, and what is the stage of demo4? So write demo3 answer, demo4 answer. What is the stage of demo3? What is the stage of demo4? Let's suppose demo3 is demo3 on working directory, staging or commit, and is demo4 on working, staging or commit? Let's see who answers it. Demo3 is equal to staging. Okay. 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 अभी तक मेरे को एक भी करेक्ट रिस्पांस नहीं आया है आउट ऑफ ऑल द रिस्पांस दैट आई हैव गॉट. एनीवन एल्स वुड लाइक टू गिव इट अ ट्राई? ओके. अब तक मेरे को एक भी करेक्ट आंसर नहीं मिला है. नन ऑफ यू हैव आंसर्ड करेक्टली. थोड़ा और दिमाग पे जोर डालो. तो देखो मैंने क्या किया है, demo3 demo4 बनाया, demo3 को ऐड किया, फिर ये किया. अब मैं पूछ रहा हूँ व्हाट आर द स्टेजेस ऑफ demo3 and demo4? Demo4 is not staged. Okay, that is correct. So demo4 is not staged, but what about I received the first correct answer. I received the second correct answer from, I'll tell you the names afterwards. The first one was Wundela Vamsi and second one was Hello Fair 3. Yes. See, after creating these two files, right, I used a command called as git init, and as soon as I did git init, I did git commit. So whatever files were there in the staging area, As soon as I type git commit, all those files go to the commit stage. Yes, but demo 4 is still in the working directory. Now if I do git add demo 4, right? Demo 4.html. Oh, spelling mistake. Demo 4.html. Git commit -m, and now some message. This is my 5th commit. Now if I do git status, now it says nothing to commit, working tree is clean. Okay. Now in this case, both demo 3 as well as demo 4, exactly, Jatin, they are both committed. They are both in the commit stage. Yes, both are Muskan. Yeah, both are in the committed stage. Commit stage, I would say. ठीक है? Yes, exactly. Right. Now. So there is a command. There is a one more. There is another command. Okay, that is called git log. Okay. Now what will it do? This will give all the history of your commits. Okay, with a unique unique ID attached to it. Now see. Now if I do git log, and now see the magic. ये देखो. Now see, I'll tell you. Initially, I made a commit at 7:47. Okay, and the message someone was saying, right, is the message, or is the, can I leave the message blank? You cannot, because this is where the message will appear. I made a commit on February on March 5, that is Friday, that is today. At what time? At 7:47 and 15 seconds. And what was the message of my commit? It was this. This is my first commit. Again, I did a commit at 7:53. This is my second commit. Again, I did a commit at 8:22. This is my third commit. Again, I did a commit at 8:24. This is my fourth commit. Again, I did a commit at 8:27, and this was my fifth commit. And one thing more, each and every commit has a unique ID attached to it. Each and every commit has a unique ID attached to it. That is why I was saying that each and every commit that you make will be tracked with the proper message, time, details, as well as a unique ID to it. That is the importance of a commit in GitHub. I think now it must be making a very clear sense to you that why do we give a message to a commit, and why are all those details that we mentioned, that this is my first commit, this is my second commit, why are all those things necessary? ठीक है? Clear till here? Anyone, guys? Yes or no in the chat box? Clear till here? Clear till here, guys? Yes or no? Yes, very clear. Okay. Utpal, clear. What about others? Clear till here. Naveed, Jatin, Salman, Sanyam, Jignesh, Prakash, hello, Fair, Jeshan, Balaji, Yashas. What about others? The strength is 47 in the class till this time. What about others? I only received less than 10 or 15 responses. बाकी बाकी लोग कहाँ गए? What about others? Clear नहीं है क्या? इतने तो सही मैंने प्यार से समझाया है. अभी भी clear नहीं है क्या? So, uh, yeah, I want some other more responses as well, guys, in the chat box. Clear or not? At least if it is not clear, do let me know in the chat box that I will explain each and everything once again. But it has to be clear. Then only it is sir, how to list all the commits whether they are in other branches. So branches I've not talked about. Yes, Zishan. So branches I'll be covering tomorrow most probably. Then I'll tell you. So branches is nothing. You just have to shift to the other branch by a command called git checkout and the name of the branch and then do git log. So all the commits for that particular branch will then show up. Chalo, I think now I've got satisfactory response. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So in the mean, hypothetically, this is the real point in the company. Would this be a beginning stage? Yes, exactly. Not not even a beginning stage. This would be a mediocre stage, like because you even know how to commit, right? Only two things are remaining: push and pull. That is also a two command thing. That's it. You'll be done with Git. Git checkout and Git switch are the same. Yes, I would say. I haven't used Git switch much. I only have used Git checkout, but I think most probably yes. But just let me confirm. Git checkout versus Git switch. Let me see on Stack Overflow. Well, according to the documentation, it is the sole purpose to split and clarify two different. Git switch can now be used to change branches. Yes, as Git checkout does. Yes, that is correct. And Git restore can be used to reset. Not satisfactory. Git checkout is a bit Swiss Army knife in that have several unrelated uses. As I can make out, they are similar, but I think one or more has some other advantages or not advantages, some other use purpose. The switch command indeed does, though it says the switch command does the same thing as checkout, but only those usages that switch branches. Okay, in particular, unlike checkout, you cannot restore the working tree files. That is instead okay. So there is a one difference as I can see. If you are using checkout, you cannot restore the files, but if you're using switch, you can restore. Personally talking, I have been using git checkout for the entire journey. जो भी जर्नी है 2-3 साल की, इसके पहले I haven't used switch. ठीक है प्रतीक, got your query cleared? Can you do git log -- one line? Okay. Yeah, इसमें you are not getting the ID, I suppose. No, you are getting. You're not. You are only getting the commit message. Yep. Hi, I am new here and missed out on day one. Where can I know more about this and future boot camps? Yeah, I will first of all suggest you to watch the recordings because it is all there on YouTube. Watch today's. I think today's I've already watched. Watch tomorrow's. Right on day one, we cover the basic commands. And to know more about the boot camps, you can you can register on the website, and also you can do so. Yeah, the website I'll tell you. And you can go here on letsupgrade.in. अरे खुल जा भाई. Muskan, better, I would not say better, but because honestly speaking, I have seen people only using checkout. Only a very few use switch. I don't know the exact reason for that, but if you go with the documentation, yeah, you can restore files. So it would be better. Hmm. Yes, you can say that. I don't. I think the website is not working. So Amelia, do one thing. Go to the website. Go to letsupgrade.in and register yourself for the bootcamp. So you'll get the notifications. Yeah, each and every time it will happen. Plus, you can also subscribe. I think. Yeah, you get the notification for that also. So yeah, I think it is not opening, but you can try after some time. ठीक है? Yes. चलो ठीक है. Now, one last topic for the day is about GitHub. lifecycle button, and इसमें I'm adding another topic that is GitHub. Yeah. ठीक है. अब आप हमारा आ गया GitHub. तो देखो, एक सिंपल सी चीज बताता हूँ. आपने कोड लिखा, ठीक है, और आपने इसके अंदर you have written some code and now you have made some files. So let's suppose this is file 1, this is file 2, this is file 3. Okay, and you have committed these changes, right? You have committed these, you have saved these in your Git. Now here is your friend. Okay, here is your friend. Now this friend wants all these 3 files that you have. Remember USA example that I gave? That will make more sense. Okay, your friend, what does he want? He wants to access all the files that you have on a local machine to his machine. You want to transfer basically. Okay, obviously you cannot directly transfer because you're not in the same place. You are in India and he's in the United States. You cannot just directly. Either there's one thing, you book a ticket, you upload all the files in the pen drive, you book a ticket, you catch a flight and then go to the United States, go to US and then give him the files, right? This is the first way. The second way is instead of just directly sending him, what you can do is, so this is your file. Okay, let's say you only have 2 files. ठीक है, अब इसमें what you can do is you can upload all these files on a centralized system. Here, and centralized system. Okay, and this system is nothing. But it is called GitHub. It is basically a cloud storage. ठीक है, cloud में कैसा होता है? You have a files, you upload it onto the cloud, and the person who wants to get it fetches it from the cloud, and they have files. I have a doubt. यार zip कब तक करोगे? So let's suppose you're working in a company and you have tons of heavy files. कब तक zip करोगे? Zip I know zip can compress it, but to what extent? You cannot, right? You cannot. अगर आपने zip करके भेज भी दिया उसको, how will you track it? Pratik, how will you track it? Because GitHub is not only about sending files, it is also about tracking. It's also about maintaining your code, right? वो कैसे करोगे? उसके लिए you will be coming to Git, right? I know you're joking, but I'm explaining to the other people as well. I know, right? So the point is, it's not about only about sending a file. It is about tracking as well, right? How will you track it? How will you make sure that whatever changes you are doing are reflected on the other system? That is why you have GitHub. Now, you send a file, you upload it to the cloud. Let me just zoom out a little. Okay. इसके बाद you have your friend in the United States as well. Now what will he do? He will go to the cloud, right? He will go to the cloud and he will fetch it from it. And now he has access to both of your files. आसान काम क्या हुआ है? You have a centralized platform called GitHub. You uploaded your files there. ठीक है? By the way, this terminology is called push, and this is called pull. You are pushing and your friend is pulling. As simple as that. Okay. So you have a basic requirement for that. For that, first of all, you need to have a GitHub account. So now let's make a GitHub account. Quickly go to your browser, type in GitHub, github.com. Okay. If you do not have an account already, click on sign up. Okay. Here you have to mention your email ID. Okay. You have to enter your email. As it is already registered, so I'm not doing it, but for your understanding, it even says it is invalid or already taken. Mine is already taken, right? So now what is there? You have to enter the email, then press continue. So let's suppose I'm typing any random email, masan00@gmail.com. ठीक है, कंटिन्यू पे क्लिक करो, एक पासवर्ड क्रिएट करो एंड कंटिन्यू पे क्लिक कर दो. After that, I think you will receive some OTP kind of a something. After receiving the OTP, you will be initialized to GitHub. ठीक है, as I'm already registered, so I'll just quickly sign in. पासवर्ड इनकरेक्ट क्यों दिखा रहा है भाई? Just give me a second. I'm also getting a verification code on my mail. देखो, ठीक है. So as soon as you sign up, this will be the user interface that you will get. Okay, this will be the user interface that you will get. Now after this, what you can do is you have some section. You have pull request, issues, code space, market space, explore. Don't worry about that. Just click on your icon. Just click on this icon and click on your repositories. Okay. Now this section will create now this section, all the section that you have, this will consist of all the repositories that you have made so far. Okay. What will it do? It will consist of all the repositories that you have made so far. As simple as that. So in my case, this is all the repositories that I have been making. Okay. And it shows the date as well, updated 25th Feb 2021 and things like that. Click on go on previous, it will show the most updated one, updated 3 days ago, updated 3 weeks ago, and things like that. Okay, this section is a repository section. Okay, so in order to create a new repository, just click on this new icon. Here you can give any repository name that you want. So let's suppose I am giving day 2 only day 2. Okay, so if it is available, it's saying day 2 is available. I'll make this repo public. By the way, the difference between public and private repo is nothing but only that private repo will only be visible to you because obviously it is private, and public repo will be visible to all the people on the internet. I think that is obvious, right? Public and private. Okay. After that, you just click on create repo option, create repository, creating repository. Okay. Now, after you have successfully created a repository, you have two options. Either you create a new repo, either you make because now you have created a new repository, right? You have created a new folder, let's suppose. Now you have to initialize it, right? Initialization is the most important thing. And second option is you can all add an existing file to that. Okay. So for now, I'm just leaving it as it is. Yeah, leaving it as it is now. If I go to my repositories, I can see that day 2 has been created here and it is public. Public means it is accessible all over the internet. Okay, so this is a private repository. This means that this will only be visible to me. If you go to my profile and if you see this, if you search for Soluna test, it will not be visible to you. As simple as that. This is the difference between public and private repositories. Okay, and it shows the time that it has been updated 1 minute ago. That means that I now have created this repository only 1 minute ago. If I click on this, it is empty. It is empty for now because I'm not touching this today. I'll be covering it tomorrow, but for now you should be knowing how do you create a repository, right? After creating a repository, you should be able to figure out the difference between public and private. Sir, how to add? So Muskan, you do not add things. You do not add anything in GitHub. First of all the content in GitHub that is there, it is automatically being added by the software that you have downloaded it. Okay, and that information is very vital. Vital means that information is very important by security perspective because it contains your commit ID, it contains your vital information about your PC, it contains the files, and it contains some email IDs and passwords, as well as every vital information that you can think of is there in that file, right? That is why the name is git ignore, that the git will ignore it. Git will not push it to the GitHub. It is there to be ignored because it is very important. It is very vital file that should not be there, that should not be present there. That is the sole purpose of using a git. So you don't explicitly add there, you are not intended to add, ठीक है, add करने को कर सकते हो, but बिल्कुल मत करना, because it is not very recommended, plus it is very, हाँ, plus it is not यूजफुल एज वेल, बिकॉज क्या ही करोगे डाल के उसके अंदर, क्यों डालनी है, नई फाइल बना लो वहां डाल दो, राइट। It's MD file, so first you have to learn how to make things in MD file. MD file, so MD is just another name for markdown. Yeah, it is, there's nothing to learn in that. That is also optional. Other, if you want, we can take it up tomorrow, MD. I did not have it planned, but आपने सही याद दिलाया, MD we can do it. If you're using database and the contains username and password for connection, that file, no, for that no, because Git, no, for Muskan, no. So Git ignore will only contain the information that is related to your GitHub account and your project and your code. All the information that is there that you are creating for the database, you can do it separately. You can store it separately somewhere. I don't want the user to show. The first thing is that if you have any information that is very vital or that is not intended to share, first of all, do not upload it to GitHub, right? Or if you're uploading it, make it in a way that it is not accessible to the user. That's it. Naresh, Git ignore. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, like node model, Pratik, yes. Markdown sheet separate tutorial can be found YouTube covered in few. Yeah, I mean, they're very good tutorials. You can cover it as well. No issues. Okay. Right. Any other doubts? Okay, tomorrow we'll be starting with GitHub से कर लेंगे, हाँ, because you know guys how to use GitHub. अच्छा, कल के लिए I want all of you to make a GitHub account. सब लोग GitHub पे जाओ, GitHub का अकाउंट बनाओ, एक रेपोजिटरी बनाओ खाली, और देखो कि कैसे रेपोजिटरी बनती है. और Abhishek, today's assignment, you will go to the website and then see. I think it's not. The website is not. I think the website is down. Yeah, it is working now. Vinay, I have not covered checkout and switch. I'll be covering it today. That was a doubt of that was someone other's doubt. So that was I was explaining him. Don't worry, don't worry. I'll be covering checkout and switch tomorrow explicitly. I have not covered it. Yes, Jatin, ये doubt यार आपका doubt देना पड़ेगा मेरे को. Just give me some time. Yeah. In the meanwhile, let me just show them the assignment. So if you click here and if you click on mark the today's 5th, right? Today's 5th. Yeah. I think you don't have the assignment today. Because if assignment hota, then it would have been there. I think you don't have the assignment. Chalo, I'll tell the team as well. I'll talk to the team and I'll let you know. But you can mark it attendance from here. Also push command in Git. You did not. Yeah, I'll be Balaji वो कल के लिए planned है. अभी मैंने GitHub starting किया है. I just gave the overview of GitHub, right? Tomorrow we'll be doing push, pull, and things like that. Checkout, branching. Yeah. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे अटेंडेंस मार्क कर दो. I think the assignment is still not there. If it is there, I will let you know. और you can check after the lecture ends. कभी कभी क्या होता है, क्या पता लेक्चर के बाद they upload there. How to change the repository from private to public? तो कुछ नहीं करना. Go to repositories. So let's suppose I want to make this repository as private. ठीक है, I click on this repository. I go to settings. I come to visibility. कहीं था इसके अंदर. एक सेकेंड, ऐसे इधर कुछ है नहीं, जस्ट गिव मी सेकेंड. So this is public, right? I go to settings, I go to visibility था यार, कुछ तो था. हाँ, I go to here, change visibility, change to private. If I click on private, it'll get changed to private as well. Got it? Mensha. Thanks, Abhishek. Thanks. ठीक है. जतिन, आपका यार, आपका क्या था? परमिशन डिनाइड, राइट? Can you collaborate a repo which is in private? Yes, you can. Yes, hello. Hello, Fitri. Yeah, plot is. I mean, the basic commands are clear, but yeah, some tomorrow will be coming that tomorrow. प्रतीक, नो, बहुत कुछ नहीं बचा है. बेसिक पुश पुल कमांड्स हैं, चेकआउट कमांड्स हैं, ब्रांचिंग बची है, कोलैबोरेटिव टाइप बचा है, एंड देखो 80% डन है, मेन चीज डन है, बट दो चीजें, पुल एंड पुश कमांड, दो वो चीज हम कल करेंगे, क्लोनिंग करेंगे. क्लोनिंग के बाद ब्रांचिंग वगैरह तो हाँ हो जाएगा. ज्यादा कुछ नहीं बचा है, कल तक तो, इनफैक्ट कल पहले ही रहेगा, विद इन 1.5 hours इट विल बी डन. चलो. हाँ, दिखा दो प्रतीक, पोर्टफोलियो सबको दिखाओ, क्या दिक्कत है? खैर, हाँ. यस, 4 भी बचा है, 4 भी कर लेंगे. चलो, मुझे लगा ये बूट कैंप डेप्थ में है. अरे भाई, डेप्थ में ही तो है, इससे ज्यादा डेप्थ में क्या चाहिए? और in fact 6 hours to learn GitHub is a very in-depth topic, right? In-depth keh raha hu, it's a very in-depth thing, because I remember learning Git in a 2 or 3 hour section, jahan pe only the basics were covered. यहाँ पे each and everything, I think most of the commands will be covered. most जितने हो गए हैं वो तो हो गए हैं. कल कोई ऐसा कमांड होगा जो बच जाएगा. आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ देम विल बी कवर्ड. आई थिंक मोस्ट नहीं, सारे ही कवर हो जाएंगे कल. बचे ही कितने हैं यार, बचे ही कितने हैं? और जो भी बचे हैं छोटे 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 से हैं, तो ज्यादा टाइम लगेगा नहीं, हो जाएगा. अच्छा, जाते ना, आर यू देयर? आपका एग्जैक्टली इशू क्या था? आई फॉरगॉट यार, बताना दोबारा. Can we collaborate a repo which is private if you want to add someone? Yes, आराम से मुस्कान, you can add members to your repository and give them the access, so they will be able to make changes. Tomorrow please teach advanced commands. विनय, advanced commands are nothing. जो भी था कमांड यही थे. जो भी कमांड्स बचे हैं, they are not advanced, they are at the same level जो मैंने भी कराए. It's just that they are remaining, जो कल हो जाएंगे. एडवांस और इजी वीजी क्या है, कुछ नहीं होता. Sir, that folder not removed using md removed. अच्छा, got it. Jatin, you tried this part? Jatin, you tried this part? अरे भाई क्या बात रहे लो फिर 5 बार वीडियो यस सर ट्राइड यस्टरडे अच्छा ठीक है ट्राई दिस कमांड अच्छा जतिन आई एम शेयरिंग योर लिंक कहाँ शेयर करूँ ठीक है इसका एक बार स्नैपशॉट ले लो इस कमांड का एंड ट्राई दिस कमांड आउट यू लेट मी नो ठीक है इसको भी ट्राई कर लो एक बार आई थिंक दिस इज द लास्ट ऑप्शन दैट यू हैव ये चल जाना चाहिए it has got a negative upward but let's see ठीक है मेरे को बताना कल जतिन हुआ तो with that being said let's wind up the session guys I hope you guys enjoyed the session right if you have got any doubts still do let me know in tomorrow's session so we'll be allocating again 5 to 10 minutes for the doubt session and after that we'll be covering all the remaining topics chalo with that being said we'll see each other tomorrow at 7 p.m right chalo bye everyone